To close things out, like anything, whether it's a baseball team or a company, you always need a good closer, right? So we got one for you today. Cue the music. There we go. All right, we couldn't get Mariano Rivera for you today, but we got the next best thing. So please welcome David Bookspan, DreamIt founder.
Mariano Rivera. Mariano Rivera, born in 1969, grew up in a poor fishing village in Panama. His friends and he would use milk cartons as gloves and tree limbs as bats to play baseball. They were pretty scrappy. Mariano had a dream. He wanted to play professional soccer. He was good, he was very good, but he wasn't that good. So his dream was dashed when he didn't have product market fit. He played shortstop on a local amateur baseball team, and he was scouted by a Yankee scout who passed on him. He hadn't received traction in that role. He, however, pivoted. A year later, he was playing a game, and his team's pitcher was doing a horrible job, and he volunteered to go in and pitch. He did well, pitched a few more games. His teammates were impressed, and they arranged for him to have a tryout with the Yankees. So the Yankees director of Latin American operations came to watch Mariano as a pitcher. Turns out he was the same guy who passed on him a year earlier as a shortstop. To this scout's credit, he evaluated Mariano in his role to which he pivoted as a pitcher. And Mariano was 155 pounds, had never had pitching training, and topped out at 87 miles per hour. The scout, however, was impressed by his effortless delivery and by his athleticism. So he made a seed investment and he signed him for $3,000. Mariano had never been away from home and he did not speak any English. He reported to the Yankees' rookie ball affiliate in Tampa. There, he started to have a little bit of traction. He was doing okay, but he was considered a fringe prospect at best and was pitching mostly in relief. He was doing well enough that he, at the end of the season, was in contention for the league ERA title. That carried with it a $500 bonus. So his team said, okay, you don't have enough innings to qualify, but we'll let you start the last game so you can get enough innings to qualify for the ERA title. His 7-inning no-hitter drew some attention, but he still didn't get that much traction. He was signed in 1990, and in 1992, baseball expanded. And that expansion was including two new clubs, the Colorado Rockies and the Miami Marlins. The Yankees left him unprotected, which meant that either the Rockies or the Marlins could have claimed him and had him for nothing. They both passed. Where the velocity went from 87 to 95, Mariano says he has no explanation for other than God. But he did have that velocity boost, which increased his traction. In 1995, he made his major league debut, 6 years after he started playing professional ball. 6 years after he started playing pro ball. He was very effective. He was an exceptional setup man. And in 1996, yeah, that's right, 1996, he helped the Yankees both progress to as well as win the World Series. In 1997, he became the closer for the Yankees. The magic, however, didn't happen until about 3 weeks into his closing stint. He couldn't throw his four-seam fastball straight. He was warming up with one of his teammates, Ramiro Mendoza, if anybody remembers that name. And Mendoza said, hey, cut it out. Quit making the ball dip and dive. Rivera said, I don't know what's going on. I'm still holding the ball the same way. I'm releasing it at the same point. That movement is just happening. I don't know where it's coming from. So this was a huge problem. He would be throwing a 95-mile-per-hour pitch that at the last minute would dart and dive. So, like most good VCs, the Yankee pitching staff was working on trying to get that to stop. Rivera couldn't throw the ball straight playing catch. He couldn't throw the ball straight when he was warming up in the bullpen, and he couldn't throw the ball straight when he was in the game. So after about a month of trying to fix the problem, Rivera embraced the anomaly. And he said, look, let's cut this out and let's just let it go. That was the inflection point. That was the magic. 8 years after he started playing pro ball. He went on to record the largest number of saves, the most number of saves of any reliever in history. He's been a 13-time All-Star. He's been part of teams that have won 5 world championships, and he was on the mound for the last out of 4 of those world championships. He holds the career record for the number of postseason saves. Anybody know the number? Anybody know the number? Poetic justice, no? So 42 postseason saves. And Rivera has done all of this without forgetting from where he came, who he is, and where he's going. He has respect for the game, respect for his teammates, and respect for the opposition. He has never been much of a dig-me character. He's the 25th most charitable celebrity in the world. Quite an amazing man. And he wears the number. Whose number was 42? Who was Jackie Robinson? First African-American Major League Baseball player. Major League Baseball retired Jackie Robinson's number 42 in 1997. It allowed players who were then wearing the number to continue wearing the number. When Mariano walks off the mound at the end of the season for the last time, he will be the last player to ever regularly wear the number 42. And I think Mr. Robinson would be proud. So we've got our Mariano Riveras right there in the next room. Be part of their investment, be part of their pivot, be part of the direction that they go in. Join their team, become their customers and introduce them to other customers. They will make you proud, and they will also make you world champions. So go get them.